Welcome back to Netrunner Film Room. This is the fourth game of elimination that we recorded. This is the finals, possibly the first and last game from the Get Your Game On Store Championship in Ann Arbor on December 12th, 2016. We had martial law as the last legal pack. And we have Josh on the left playing Andromeda and Austin on the right playing NEH. Yep, this is the fourth game with Austin on the right. Just so happened that he won the games and lost the games that ended him still being on stream. As we followed his journey from 4th seed to losing to winning. And now he's back in the finals playing against Josh. He's playing his NEH, which we know from the last game is a boom combo deck. Same kind of corporation that Josh is running. But this is the first time Josh has to face it. And Josh looks like he's playing an Ann Arbor Andromeda deck. So he's familiar with the deck, knows what needs to do. So he's running R&D early, finds an early boom, and trashes it. Austin, I don't think, cares that much if it's in the archives at this point, because the way the combo works is he just runs it from power shutdown. It looks like he already has 2 power shutdowns available, and just looking for the rest of his combo. He's defending HQ against siphons. Josh has a couple same old things in Arvar, but not any breakers set up yet. And Austin's defending R&D just to make sure that there's no lucky accesses there. And Josh plays drive-by and gets rid of that Sensi's. I don't know if he wants to run or not to avoid a power shutdown. It looks like it's still too early, so he's just going to check the ice and gain some credit to R4. Austin plays his subliminal message. Not for a whole lot of gain overall, but it does help when you need a few more credits or a few more clicks with the power shutdown combo. And he already has 2 breaking news, so he could do 24/7, and if he had that boom still, he could do it from hand. And Josh wisely puts down a Plascrete. It's helpful, but probably won't stop a double boom, which is possible from the power shutdown combo. So Austin has to do the longer combo, but with the Arbor, which sets up slower, and doesn't look like Josh has any tag avoidance, which is probably what you really want in this matchup. So, still just gonna try to get his combo together. Decides whether or not he wants the hedge fund or not. He keeps drawing. Looks like an anonymous tip. Maybe not. Maybe a special report. He's planning out what he wants in his hand. So yeah, we'll have the champion is going to be a NEH boom deck. I think overall in this tournament, the corporations did not do very well, but this NEH deck has done very well. They're both in the finals. I think both Josh and Austin's won every game with it in the elimination round. Josh is still kind of low on money. I think he doesn't have a whole lot of time. And since he can't interact with the combo, besides not running, and there's no way to set up. he may have some legworks, so that may be helpful a bit. But it seems like he would just need to find some breakers to get into R&D and check those, and maybe save a legwork for the last turn. But with no agenda points, it's definitely looking strongly in Austin's favor. And Austin's digging pretty deep, trying to find the rest of the combo pieces. Looks like he has a power shutdown and the Jackson Howard. Maybe he's got the Sensi over there on the board. He just reses it right away to avoid another drive-by. And Josh is trying to figure out what he can do. Maybe landing a few siphons will delay the combo for a few turns, but he can't remain tagged because he might very well have the boom already. Okay. Josh is going to clear away the Sensi. He's going to buy more time before Austin gets the combo. He's checking archives. Just seeing some of the combo pieces. Sees the power shutdown, so he's pretty confident Austin has one of those. So, and should at this point would know that Austin can pull off the combo if he has the accelerated diagnostics and the Jackson. Gonna make a run on R&D. Austin does not res. He doesn't have too many credits. Looks like he only has 9 at this point. And he sees Archangel. He has to reveal it. He is going to trigger it. Get rid of that Plascrete. Don't know if he can go off next turn. But it's definitely going to be a tempo swing there because Josh can't install at this point with only 1 credit. He's going to go for the siphon. And it's stopped by the lowly Quandary. Austin draws for mandatory. Installs. Uses NEH's ability to draw. Has the Jackson. I think Josh would want to clear that out next turn. If he can, well, he'll get the daily cast credit and he'll have enough to do it. But he's not getting much of his board set up. But he knows he can't take time to set it up against this NEH combo. Okay, Austin has a global food there that they discarded. And it looks like he has the power shutdown and accelerated diagnostics ready to go. If the Jackson survives, he can go off next turn. He may actually have a couple of accelerated diagnostics. It's hard to tell. Looks like he has a global food and a data pool. Doesn't necessarily want to put that 3-pointer in the archives, just in case Josh gets lucky. But he has a lot of agendas. So you might just use Jackson right away. And then might have to wait for a second one to come through. Definitely taking his time to figure out which cards to discard. So he ended up keeping all those agendas. So legwork, if you can get past that quandary, might put Josh in a favorable position. Let's see if Austin left any agendas for... oh, I guess he did discard them. Well, at least some of them. Looks like Austin will use the Jackson and deciding which agendas to give him. Okay, he's going to give him... now, if he had some way to get an HQ, he may be able to pull off an upset there. Okay. Josh will clear out the Jackson. And doesn't have enough credits to get any kind of decoder out. And Austin now needs the Jackson. Looks like he has the Salem's. Cincy, okay, and he knows that he does have the Plascrete. So that's what he's going to use the Salem's on. He does get to see the hand, even though he knows the card he wants is already in the hand. Chance is taking his turn. Get some more credits from Daily Cast. Let's try it up. He really wants to find a way past that quandary. He can land some siphons. Does have a few inside jobs. He has special order, but not any way to, not enough money to get his breaker, so he's just gonna get a paperclip and put it in a heap for when he needs it. I think he still has a second special order there, so he could get his decoder at some point. But he still needs some way to get money. Hasn't drawn the Au revoirs. Well, part of it is that he hasn't drawn a whole lot in general, because he's been mostly clearing out Austin's board. Looks like Austin drew into an Astro there. He might score that. Deciding what to keep. So has a GFI in hand. He does have a Jackson now, so he has enough for his combo. Just needs to make sure. Not sure if he can put all those agendas in there. I think that's becomes the hard part with this combo deck. And NEH, you have the draw power, you can get a lot of cards, but you're also stuck oftentimes with a lot of agendas if you don't have the senses out. So it makes it tough to keep all the combo pieces. You have to have 3 of them and enough to and you only have 2 empty slots for any agendas you might have accumulated. But Josh does not check archives then. Let's see, I think Austin's trying to figure out if he can do it right now. He installs the Jackson, Draws into anonymous tip, I believe. It's going to res it. I don't know what else he's looking for. Maybe he had to discard part of his combo. Oh, I think Josh didn't run last turn, so he's trying to maybe possibly clear out his hand of agendas. Okay, those are the ones he wants to keep, I think. And shuffling the agendas back in. Although at this point, without a lot of agendas out of circulation, most likely he'll draw some of those back anyway. He's just hoping to not have to get rid of a lot of agendas there. But Josh probably have to clear it. That Jackson. And hope Austin doesn't have the second one there. Or the third one. Because one's already in the archives. So he does run Jackson. He does get used. Probably going to put the Jackson back in. So put some of the agendas back. And puts back to the boom. Possibly to allow him to just use his 24/7. Gives him breaking news. And now he sees the accelerated diagnostic. So Josh is at 4 points, I believe, at this point. There is no Jackson on the board. He does have a Jackson in his hand and the rest of the combo. And Josh did run. Trashes another boom. Josh, I think, is feeling like this is his last turn. Counting up how many cards are in there. If he does get the structured data pool, maybe able to put this one out. Nope, doesn't look like that was it. I think Josh is deciding on his last click there. Gonna do an inside job on HQ. And it is a paper wall. And it looks like he has enough to get past it. But I don't think there's any agendas left in HQ. Just find a Jackson, but doesn't have enough credits to trash it. And Austin has a combo, and Josh knows it. So we'll have a second game of finals coming right up. Thanks for joining us.